Hey guys, what's up? Network Gamer here, and today we'll be doing a new video. I'm making a video after a while. I was inactive for a long time, so this is going to be an update on the last year's video on how I did to increase performance of Windows 10 PCs. This is going to be an update for the latest build of Windows 10. So this isn't the updated version of Windows 10. I think this is build 1903 or build 2002. It's the latest build. While I'm recording this on this date, so for this date, this is the latest build of Windows 10. So the first thing I would advise you to do is keep a clean desktop. So keeping a clean desktop will not only help you perform better in Windows, but in the boot up as well. It has less things to load up from the hard disk. If you are using an SSD, this won't be a problem, but if you can use an SSD, you won't be watching performance tips and tricks videos. So what I do is I put all my items into one folder. Over here, everything is over here, and I keep one or two folders, and I have the recycle bin over there, and my taskbar too. I keep only the absolutely necessary items over here, and here I make sure not to use the I do not use the pop-up notification bars. This takes up more RAM. When I do this, RAM usage increases. So the first thing you can do is go ahead, click on start, go into control panel, and then go into your hardware and sound, go into power options. Make sure this will be on balanced, or by default it will be on balanced. Set it to high performance. Keep in mind this will increase your battery usage, but if you are using a PC like me, it won't be a problem. So go into edit plan settings, go into advanced power settings, scroll down, set this to about 120. This will make sure your hard disk is always running, always ready for use whenever you come back. Usually you won't stay away from your PC turned on for about 2 hours, so that's gonna be fine. And your PCI Express, make sure the link power management setting is turned off. This is going to be managed by your NVIDIA control panel, which I'll get to in a second. For your processor power management, make sure your minimum processor state is set to something above 70 or 80. So I wouldn't recommend 100, that's bad for the thermals. 90 is the sweet spot. And make sure the system cooling policy is always active, not passive. And the maximum processor state, it needs to be 100, because whenever you're playing a game or doing a CPU heavy stuff, the processor needs to be used and utilized to its maximum. So make sure you apply, and then okay, you can close this out. The next thing I would advise you to do is go ahead, launch up this PC, right click on the Windows drive you have, go to tools, optimize and defragment, and then just go ahead and optimize all. You can see my drives are already fragmented. Even I need to do this, but I wouldn't advise you to do this while you're using the computer, because usually the disk usage will hit 100 as soon as you start optimizing the disk. So overnight, whenever you're not using, when you're in the shower, whenever time you're not using the computer, just do it. So just click on the drive you want to optimize and click optimize. All three drives, optimize them, and this will actually make a big difference. The next thing you need to do is go ahead, type up run, and open it up, and type %mark temp and another %mark, and click on OK. So this will bring up all your temporary files. All these are useless. You do not have any needed data on this, so just click Ctrl+A and delete. Some of these will not be able to delete it because they are being used right now, so do this all for current items and skip. And we are done with that. Close out this. Again, do the same procedure, go into run. Now just remove the percentage marks and just type temp and click enter. Here too we have some files, just select them all, go ahead and delete it, and then skip this. Now there is another temporary folder in your PC. It's known as prefetch. Prefetch. Go ahead and open that. Go ahead and click on continue. You get access to this. Again, Control A, delete, and you're good. Skip the additional files. The next step I would advise you to do is again open up this PC. Sorry about that, this PC. And then just right click on your drive, go to properties, click on disk cleanup. So this will just do a temporary scan. So from here, as you can see, select the recycle bin. If you delete something, obviously that's because you don't need it. Select the recycle bin and then just click OK and delete files. I would advise you to do the optimization part after you clean up your drive, because what a drive cleanup does is, if this is the hard disk, it leaves out blank spaces in between, so the hard disk has to work harder to get your data. So when you optimize the disk, it will keep it into sectors close by, so it can quickly fetch the data you need. The next tip I'm going to give you guys is again going to this PC and just right click anywhere, go to properties. As you can see, this is not an high-end machine, it's the i3 2nd gen with 8 gigs of RAM. And if you go into advanced system settings and go into performance, as you can see, Windows automatically sets it as the best appearance. So Windows will choose what's best for your computer and disable the additional animations that slows down your computer, and then just click on apply. So again, go over into performance settings over here, go to advanced and change this. This will be like this, like when you click on change, this will be the default option. Uncheck this and it will be like this without any paging file. Set it to these two values. It depends on your memory. If you have a lot of memory left, you can put a higher value than this. If you have smaller memory left, you can put either 1024 like that. So that depends. So I have set it to 8192, that's 8 gigs. So this is called the paging drive. So when the RAM is insufficient, the hard disk will be used as RAM. So the bigger this is, the bigger chance your computer won't freeze up during relatively high performance needing app. And the next option we have to do is go ahead and go into task manager, right click this, task manager, go into startup, and as you can see, these are all the startup programs your computer turns on with. So BitTorrent, I don't need it when it starts up because I can download what I want when I need it. Epic Games Launcher, no. These two are Intel items because that's part of the computer hardware. I cannot turn them off. If I turn them off, the computer will start to blue screen and give me errors. IDM, I don't need it. OneDrive, I don't need it. Microsoft Teams, I don't need it. Just follow the things I'm doing. Keep Nvidia, Intel, and if you have an AMD processor or an AMD graphics card, keep them on. So this is Intel again, keep that on. Turn this off. Defender also, I don't use Defender personally, so turn that off. It depends on your liking. So disabling these will impact, like as you can see, some of these have a high impact, some of these have a low impact. These have not measured also, so this has a medium impact. So this will relatively speed up your boot times, and that's pretty much the update on the video. So don't give up on here. Just go into the old video and follow all those steps as well. Then your computer will be running way smoother than it used to. So thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, just comment down below.